If you are still teaching grammar every single day and wondering why your students are still forgetting to capitalize I, trust me when I say that you are not alone. We hear this complaint all the time from middle school English teachers. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why when I was in the classroom, I didn't teach grammar daily, and why we don't teach our EB teachers to teach grammar daily, and what we teach our teachers to do instead using the EB grammar framework. And this is going to actually get you results for your students. So you've probably spent all kinds of ways trying to teach grammar in your classroom, right? Bell work, parts of speech again in March, whatever it might be, you've pulled out everything that you possibly could imagine. And yet your 8th graders are still turning in essays with no punctuation. So teaching grammar in isolation, just over and over again, day by day, it just doesn't stick. But what if you could make it meaningful, memorable, and dare I say fun without giving up your writing time? And that's what we've developed at EB Academics. It's a simple but powerful structure that transforms how you teach grammar. And it has 3 pillars that accompany it. So it's direct instruction, we're still gonna do that, engaging grammar games, this is the hands-on fun, and then application to writing, which is where the rubber meets the road. So I'm gonna show you exactly how all of these work together. So we begin with direct instruction at EB. That means that we have student-friendly videos, fill-in-the-blank notes, posters, scaffolded slides, whatever it might be. Students aren't just memorizing rules. This is like math, right? They're learning the foundation of this particular grammar skill and how to effectively use it. They need that. They need that direct instruction. But then the fun part is we move into the grammar games, right? These are low stakes but high engagement ways to help students master grammar skills through repetition and strategy. So we're not just passing out worksheets, or we're not just doing it in a workbook. We are having students like tangibly hold grammar activities in their hands and participating in fun grammar games so that they actually get it to stick and they're having fun and they're not rolling their eyes in your classroom when you say, hey, we're gonna do grammar. And what I love about these grammar games is that we teach our teachers to rinse and repeat them all year. So if you teach, I don't know, let's just say active and passive voice at the beginning of the year, and your students kind of start to forget, and you're seeing it come up in their writing, it's a problem again and again, we're just gonna pull out the same grammar games and use them again. Instead of doing another, worksheet or whatever it might be, trying to get them to remember active and passive voice, we're gonna pull out that game that they know how to play. They're gonna have fun, they're gonna remember the rules, and it's like, oh, yep, I got it now, I remember, okay? Now the last part of the EB grammar framework is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we bring grammar into writing intentionally. So before any major writing assignment, we use what we call an application to writing checklist, as you can see on your screen. And so here we can just check the grammar skills that we want each student to focus on. And we can differentiate this like by their level. And so what I love about this is we're going to be, assigning a particular writing assignment, and we will have just taught, let's say, active and passive voice. And that's the only thing, grammar-wise, that I'm really gonna focus on when I'm grading my students' papers. So we're taking this concept that they've learned, we're playing games with it, getting it to like go into their brains, and then we're using an application to writing checklist so it actually happens in their writing. It's not isolated in grammar, those 15 minutes a day. This is how this applies and carries over into how we communicate, right? So that grammar actually matters to them and it's not this obsolete, outdated thing that they don't want to be doing anymore and don't see any relevance of. So let's look at how this works in real time. We're looking at September, right? And this is when we're teaching EBW, response to literature essays, which is what my most recent other YouTube video is about. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to pair our EBW approach unit with grammar focused on shifting verb tenses. So for grammar, let's just look at grammar. You can see that we taught the concept, we played 2 different games, and then we had students apply that skill as they wrote their body paragraph. So they're writing, right? They're also learning about grammar, And then they're applying what they learned about grammar into a writing piece that they were already going to do in your class period anyways. And the other thing that I love about this is if you look at the checklist, we could have one student who highlights 3 verb shifts, or another who focuses on correcting simple past tense errors. They both have different outcomes with this particular grammar skill based on their differentiated needs. So what I love about this is it works in any classroom. It works with intentionality because grammar isn't being just taught in isolation or like, oh, I haven't taught grammar in 100 years, time to throw in a grammar lesson. And also it makes what we're teaching in grammar make sense to what we're doing in writing. And they can actually start to understand, oh, that's why that grammar concept is important. Oh, that's why commas really actually matter, right? So this week, I want you to try it for yourself, right? Choose one grammar skill, teach that one grammar skill, reinforce it with a fun game, then have students apply that one skill in their next piece of writing. That's it, just one. It's simple, it works, and it makes your grammar instruction actually matter. Now, before you go, I want to give you something fun to try with your students. I have a free golden grammar hunt activity for you. It's engaging, it's hands-on, it reviews key grammar skills, things like verb tense shifts, pronoun errors, there's also sentence variety in there, and it turns your classroom into this like mini treasure hunt activity. So you can actually start to see, oh, grammar can be fun, grammar can be engaging. So in this particular unit, students are going to work through 3 grammar challenges using Uncle Wes's journal. They have a mysterious map and hidden clues. It is such a great way to review grammar in context and build excitement about applying it to writing. So just grab the free download below. Everything is included that you need: booklets, task packets, even like a fun sign at the end for students to hold up and say that they solved it, right? So your students are gonna beg to do this year after year. So the key takeaway, don't teach grammar in isolation. Make it purposeful, make it fun, and make it stick. If you want to use everything that I showed you today without having to create it all from scratch, add your name to the priority list for the EB Teachers ELA portal. That will give you full access to our entire EB Grammar program, as well as our EB Writing program, where we teach the EBW approach as the foundations of everything that we do. And that way, everything works together.